Dracula during the night. There's Mina during the night. There's John. I love very much of that Keanu Reeves. But what if we... Oh, no. Oh. He likes the biting. Okay. So we can... If we introduce Dracula in the crypt, and there's Mina, and Mina can talk to the professor. We could just kill Dracula pretty quickly. Just dealt with. But what if this is a more tragic tale? Oh. Lovely. Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'd need one more extra thing to really sell the story. Once upon a time, there was a lovely couple by the name of Mina and John, and they were in a very spooky, scary place indeed in the middle of the night. Mina and John decided to split up. They'd cover more ground that way, and there, Mina found the spooky Dracula man. Ooh. Thank you for following me. Blur. This is the bluest blur. You should have had the bluest snail, but you didn't have the bluest snail. The very spooky time indeed. And the Mina was like, I'm gonna go down into this crypt, see if it's spooky down here. And it was very spooky indeed in the crypt, but there was a vampire, and she's like, I know what a vampire is. Anyway, in the meantime, Dracula, who was presumably had left, as well as Mina, during this line right here, he sees John, and I'm gonna make you into a vampire. I'm a vampire. Now there's two vampires. That's what we love to do. Now there's two of us. And Mina, she finds a professor who's just in a library or some shit. And she's like, there's a vampire nonsense going around. I think my boyfriend's returned. Possibly that happened between scenes, I think. How can I deal with this? And the professor's like, use this stake. And she's like, okay, if he's in the crypt, which is presumably during the day, because he sleeps in the crypt during the day, so I will do the stab. And she does. She goes into the crypt, the spooky dark crypt. She does the stab, and somewhere, John's like, yeah, I'm not a vampire anymore. I did kill several people, and I'll never forget those terrible events. I probably shouldn't tell Mina about that though, and we're gonna have trauma for the rest of our lives. But at least I'm not a vampire anymore. And that is the tale of cured of vampirism. Monsters slain. We're Bernard and the Baron. Here's Bernard. Here's the Baron. He likes the moon, but he likes the moon more. They're both kind of monsters though, aren't they? I mean, this just gets that guy killed. I won't lie, Baron kind of had it coming though. I just wanted Bernard to have a lovely time. Oh. I kind of wanted Bernard to kill the dragon. Fine. Ah, yes. Oh. Once upon a time... Oh, the dragon can die. Once upon a time there was a dog boy, and during the full moon, Bernard, not a dog boy, turned into a dog boy, and he had to kill. And on that same night, legendary prankster by the name of Baron, he was about to start one of his oh so wonderful japes that everyone loves him for. He'd only been arrested once, but that was a misunderstanding probably, and they met in the forest. Dog boy was, I mean, he was like, I do like eating people, but that's a fucking dragon. I'm leaving that alone. And then the Baron was like, well, that was a pretty good jape. I'm going to put my disguise away. Probably should tell the professor about the dog boy I met. Professor, I met a dog boy. And professor's like, his weakness is being murdered by gun. I'm not even going to mention the silver bullets. It's just by gun. And then the Baron, he shoots at poor dog boy. Thus, the monster is slain. But who is the true monster in this scenario? I put it to you that it is the professor. Or maybe the Baron. Fine. See, did you solve all these problems with gun? Once upon a time, legendary japester, the Baron, was going to the forest. He was going to do a prank. He was going to pretend that he was a dragon, scare some of the locals. He loved that sort of shit. And there he found Bernard. Bernard scared very easily, and when Bernard saw the dragon man, he was indeed scared. Scared enough to go to the professor and ask the professor advice, and the professor said to him, Bernard, I have a gun. If you stand slightly far away from the dragon and shoot it with a gun, the dragon will die. Is it the big dragon? No, it's not. It's like a man-sized dragon. Gun should be fine then. I don't like monsters, you see. Don't worry, this isn't going to be ironic. I don't like monsters, and I want you to kill the monster before we all die. I definitely don't want to die at the end of the story, he says to Bernard, secret werewolf man. And so Bernard, secret werewolf man, goes back into the forest where the legendary prankster, Jip Master Baron boy, he was looking for more people to jip, but there was no one else in the forest because it's just not a great place to do pranks, to be honest. He was lucky to find Bernard wandering about. And Bernard, he shoots him with the gun, and the gun is very effective. But he didn't know how late it was. It was actually midnight, the moon was fat, and he became a dog boy again. And he was like, I need to eat food. I need to eat human people food, for that's what werewolf people do. And he was like, I remember, there's that professor who he likes hanging around in his library at all times. And he went to the library and he murdered the professor. Professor was like, no, the irony. Ah, you were the monster. Ah, but now that I think about it, it was Baron legendary papester, I was about to say. He's either a japester or prankster. He can't be both. He's a japester and a prankster. I'm sure there's a word that could do both. The dog boy's eating me. And this is a terribly ironic story of the professor and the dragon dying because the monster is slain. There we go. We've done another chapter. And we only have 2 chapters left to go, but I'm going to keep going. But I did leave a story behind. We have not The Queen suffers 4 tragedies is not... I don't really know how to do this one. But we have kidnappings. We have thrones, we have weddings, we have executions. Sort of indicates that she could be kidnapped. Could the Baron... Yes. Yes, he can. Did you get back? Yeah, you can be there, but... Why wouldn't you execute him? I don't know. I don't know what to do for this one. She can't get married to any of them. Wow. I have no idea what to do for this one. Four tragedies is going to take up a lot of space. What tragedies? Kidnapping could be a tragedy, right? He doesn't have the disguise. So that's a tragedy, surely. As is that. We have weddings here, and I didn't use a wedding. Oh, there we go. That was sort of accidental. Once upon a time, there was a queen who had been kidnapped. This was tragic for the queen. She hated being kidnapped. It was very traumatic. Especially since that meant the Baron, he could become king. The knight was like, I wouldn't, I'll rescue you, queen. She's like, I've lost my crown. I don't have it on anymore. The Baron, he has the crown. We should stop that, but first, we should get married, for I love you. And they do get married, but that was foolish, because... Oh yeah, I guess him becoming king was a tragedy. That was terribly tragic. And then they both get murdered, which is 2 more tragedies. She hates being murdered. That's the thing she least likes. There we go. There's some misfortune there. Let's keep going. Oedipus. 80 murders, fathers, and murdered. Probably. Once upon a time, there were 2 gnomes, or dwarves, I guess, that go by the name of Peachy and Tiny, and they were very much in love. But from a previous marriage, Tiny had a son called Haiti, and Haiti hated a lot. He was a hateful gnome dwarf. I'm sort of in the way of some of these scenes, actually, now that I think about it. I could do that. Let's try that again. I lost the rhythm. Once upon a time, there were 2 dwarfs who were very much in love. They went by the name of Peachy and Tiny, but little did Peachy know that Tiny had a son. He said to his son, I am your father. This needs to be declared, for gnome dwarfs are terribly forgetful about things like this. Anyway, poor Haiti fell in love with Peachy. And neither of them knew about the previously established relationship. Anyway, Haiti murdered his father, Tiny, and so, I mean, it was very tragic, I'm sure. Some time passed, Peachy moved on with her life. She fell in love with Tiny, and before she discovered that she was indeed his mother... It was all terribly tragic, let me assure you. Tiny avenges his brother. I don't have a button for that. Let us establish The Tiny... Hang on. That Greenie... is the parent. And then let's have them have an argument. Oh no, Tiny needs to avenge his brother. I like the music to this one. No, there needs to be an argument first. But now I don't think there's enough time. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Which one is Haiti here? Wait, what? Tiny... Oh, wrong way around. Let's make Greenie Tiny's brother then. There we go. Once upon a time there were two siblings. Peachy had two sons. The names were Tiny and Greenie. But Greenie, he had bad friends. One of his bad friends was Haiti, and they got in a heated argument. It was such a heated argument that Haiti pushed Greenie off a cliff. Greenie's brother, Tiny, managed to find this out by use of a seance, where he got to talk to his ghost brother, and his ghost brother said, it was fucking Haiti, he did it. And so, next time Haiti was walking across a cliff, Tiny pushed him off the cliff, murdering him and avenging his brother. There we go. Let's show that. And I think I should have been doing all this time.